For this, our last week in grammar, we are going to look at commas and how to use them in sentences. We're first going to look at using commas in a series, and then we're going to look at introductory words. So on your screen, you see the information for a comma in a series. Commas are used to separate the words in a series. The series could be a list of 3 or more words or ideas that are put together in a sentence. Here's an example. It was cold, wet, and windy when he climbed the mountain. See the commas? Cold, wet, and windy. You ask this thinking question. Is there a list of 3 or more words in the sentence? A comma belongs after each word in the list except for the last one. So let's look at where the commas are needed in these example activity sentences. He loved the wind, the rocks, and the outdoors. Well, the list is the wind, comma, the rocks, comma, and the outdoors. I know I don't need a comma for the last one, but just to separate the first 2 and then the second one from the word and. Number 2, he knew it would be windy, snowy, and cold on the mountain. Where are our series of ideas? Right, windy, comma, snowy, comma, and cold. All right, let's do one more. The climber made sure she had a jacket, gloves, and boots. Here's our list: jacket, comma, gloves, comma, and boots. Let's take a look at introductory words and how they begin a sentence before I let you loose in your reader's notebook. So here is commas with introductory words. You use a comma after an introductory word like well, yes, and no. You use a comma after order words also like first, second, next, and finally. You do not use a comma after the word then. Let's look at the example. Yes, comma, I might want to try climbing one day. You need to ask the thinking question, is there an introductory or an order word in the sentence? First is an order word, and yes is an introductory word. So put a comma after it. Let's look at the sentences below and see where we need to add the commas. First, we looked up the mountain. We have an order word here, first. First, comma, we looked up the mountain. Number 2, yes, it was scary to think about climbing it. Yes is our introductory word, which needs to be followed by a comma. No, we were not about to give up. Another introductory word, no, comma. All right. If you need more practice, you can pause the video and work through the rest of these. If you feel like you're ready to work in your reader's notebook, then follow me. Here is where your comma practice will begin, page 189 in your reader's notebook. These are commas in a series. You're not going to need to rewrite each sentence. Why don't you just add the commas where they're needed? Okay, so take out the rewrite. You're just going to add the commas right in the sentences that they have here, 1 through 6. Okay, remember your thinking question, is there a list of 3 or more words in the sentence? You're going to look for that. Okay, then you're going to practice commas with introductory words on page 190. Here again, do not rewrite the sentences, that's just more work, but add commas where they are needed. And your thinking question is there an introductory or order word in the sentence? And here's a hint. They come at the beginning. All right? So, 189 and 190, make sure to have your learning adult check your work.